Doma Sports Talk Worldwide with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed. Now, little heavyweight news, you know what I'm saying? Let's talk about a little Anthony Joshua versus Kubrat Pulev. You know, the fight's going to happen when it happens. But it's a fight that's, going to be next in the heavyweight division. When you're looking at, Deontay Wilder versus your boy Tyson Fury having to happen, Kubrat Pulev and Anthony Joshua is the same. It has to happen. It's etched in stone. It's going to happen whenever we can get back to decent fighting. It's going back and forth how this can happen. You're hearing Croatia as a possibility. You're also hearing the UK as a possibility in a capacity where you have maybe 1,000 people, elite guests though, because you're going to have to kick out a lot of money to go there. Then if it's only 1,000 people, we're talking about with food, beverages, you can get your drink on, all that. So it's going to be, pretty expensive. But it's a way of doing things right now. People are thinking about how can we give these boxing matches to people and still get some sort of a live gate. So it's a lot of things they're going through. Some are trying not to even have a live gate, just box. I've even heard of things, and people trying to get the tournament in the back of Eddie Hearn, for example, in the back of his house, basically. So there's a lot of scenarios that are going or being put on right now. But let's just focus on when the fight happens. When the fight happens, back in the day, just 2 years ago, this would have been a no-brainer. People would think Anthony Joshua was going to win hands down. It's not going to be close. That's different now because of Anthony Joshua's last two performances against Andy Ruiz Jr. So, the promoter of Kubrat Pulev has come out. He said something. So we'll read a little bit something what he was saying and we'll get back to it. Kubrat Pulev will inflict another crushing defeat on Anthony Joshua and then offer him a rematch, says Bulgarian manager Iyalo Gotsev. Pulev is the IBF mandatory challenger for Joshua, who avenged his shock loss to Andy Ruiz Jr. with a points victory in an immediate rematch in Saudi Arabia in December. And Gutiev has suggested that Britain's heavyweight star will again need to return bout after suffering another setback in his rescheduled world title fight with Pulev. Yeah, we'll give it to him, just like he did with Ruiz. But I can assure you one thing, Kubrat is going to be ready for the rematch as well, Gutiev told Sky Sports, right? So he goes on. He's not going to let himself go like Ruiz did for whatever reasons. I mean, that wasn't serious. Kubrat is a serious contender. He's a number one contender, the mandatory contender. He's got there by blood, sweat, and tears, and he's legitimate. He's the biggest fight of AJ's career right now coming up. Once again, AJ did not impress in his first performance. The first fight against Ruiz, he looked like a deer in headlights, and the second one, he ran like a deer. Right, so that's basically what he's talking about. After that, it goes into where it could possibly happen and what the scenarios of it can be happen. So he also has stated too that he thinks that Kubrat Pulev thinks that Josh was scared of him because that's why it's taken so long. But I'll put it in the description box. Bottom line is their camp is not afraid of Anthony Joshua. Bob Arum thinks Joshua's going to lose to Pulev, but those are his promoters. What else are they going to think? It's just now we're looking at a fight that's going to be a damn good fight. It's not one-sided. I've done a video before about it. I think Kubrat Pulev, you would underestimate him at your own peril because you probably don't know him, or the fights that he didn't have because he had to pull out and things like that. But then there's also fights where people were pulling out and not fighting him, like Dillian White, for example, who's very loud all the time. But Dillian White didn't get to go fight him in Bulgaria. He could have been the IBF mandatory. So there's a lot of things I talked about in that. So this is a formidable guy. He's only lost once. It was to a very good Vladimir Klitschko on the day. So you obviously are looking forward to this fight. Plus, after that, the winner of that fight, fights the winner of your boy Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury, that trilogy fight, and then we can have Undisputed. Let's just see what it is going forward. I don't want to stay too long about it. This is just simple. This is do not underestimate Kubrat Pulev versus Anthony Joshua video. That's all that really was. So let's see what's happening going forward. I thought that was a funny line. Like he looked like a deer in the first fight, and a deer in the headlights. In the second fight, ran like a deer. Joshua ain't gonna let that happen. We're gonna see what happens in this fight. Doma Sports Talk Worldwide, and I'm up out of here, y'all.